reviewing or demoing and explaining the assignment called Website Mockup. First of all, the assignment is to produce a mockup of a website, a responsive, I should put that in here actually, a mockup of a responsive website of your choosing. And you'll show 3 versions, a mobile version, tablet, and desktop. The site should contain 3 sections at minimum. And as a suggestion, your pages could be home, or gallery, and about, but you're welcome to pick whatever 3 works best for you. Let me first of all define what a responsive site is. To do that, I'm going to show this Airbnb website. Now you can see here that we have the logo mark, the name, and then a little filter here, and where, when, and how many guests. And then here's some suggestions. Well, what a responsive site is it's essentially one website and one set of coding and images that work for multiple platforms. So let's say this is a desktop site, and as I reduce it down, there are changes that happen. First of all, you can see that some of the filters begin disappearing. This Arctic and amazing pools, they disappear, and things get a little more crowded, but it still is a nice design. Now you can see there's a big jump right here. That is called a, oh gosh, I can't remember, it just kind of slipped out of my head. Essentially it's a point that you set when you design where it jumps from desktop to tablet. And you can see the difference here. The word Airbnb leaves. The margins change. Let me do that again. Bigger and roomier. And then down to, yeah, less margins. And then now there may be other breaking points because it's not, there's so many devices out there, so many resolutions that it's difficult to say, oh yeah, desktop is this and tablet is this and mobile is this. That's not really true. It just changes. So there might be more breakpoints is what they call them. So here's another breakpoint right there. So this might be a smaller tablet or a large, like a small mini tablet or a very large phone. And as we go down further, there's another breakpoint. And that's the one that they carry through. So you can even see the logo's gone. A few of these, and you can scroll through those filters, tell them, you put in what, where, and when, and who. And then here's some suggestions, and they're kind of like little cards that you can scroll through to see different places. So that's what a responsive site is, and a responsive site is one that begins to be designed. Now, this might sound a little scary that you're designing a website. Well, yours is not a working website. Yours is, you're doing 3 pages. You're doing a desktop, a tablet, and a mobile. So you're showing what the design is at these different breakpoints, if that makes any sense. You're also going to be doing some research. So let's go back and continue. You'll also produce and submit a process book showing your research and thumbnails. And this process down here kind of goes over how you do that. So you're going to decide on the subject of your site. You'll research 2 sites that are similar to your site's subject matter. You'll use the snipping tool on a PC or a screenshot on a Mac. And if you need some help, Google them. I can show you what a Mac does. I'm not on a PC, so I can't really demo that. But there's just Google how to use snipping tool, and there's a little video or 2 or a dozen. And you use that to capture the images of your home page and 2 secondary pages, and for each similar site. So that may mean, what does a desktop look like? What does the tablet and then the mobile look like? Let's see, a little more. And then the next thing to do once you've captured these is to sketch some ideas out. Now you can sketch it out digitally or by hand. Either way is great, but they need to be in your process book, and we're saving it in a Word doc. Okay, so it's going to be that simple, or a Google Doc, but it needs to be exported as a PDF. I don't want links to Google Docs. That's lame. Do not do that. A lot of times I have to log in, I don't have permission, etc., etc. Please do not do that. So let's do this first bit first. I've chosen to do a surf site. So I'm going to probably try Surf Magazine. Surfer, sure, sounds fine. So this is what it looks like. It has a black bar at the top. Looks like there's a little ad area. And there's an ad for it. Here's some features. There's, notice 3 wide. And then notice that this picture is 2 wide, and then the type takes in the last column. Here is an ad that is full length. And now we're down to 3 again: image, type, and add. And now we're down to 2 to 1. So image which takes up 2 of those 3 columns. And then this is interesting because this divides in half, and now we have a very small image with some type that goes with it. Okay. Yeah, now we're back into the image type. Here's some social media bugs, and add. Okay, you're getting the idea, I hope. I'm going to move this up so you can see what. Now this is the footer area. This up here is called the header, and this is the navigation. Okay. And these are probably the initial social media icons, and then here's more, right? And then as we go down, here's the footer area, this whole thing. And here's some more social media. Here's how to subscribe to a newsletter. And then these things are nice because they give you copyright, they give you some information about Surfer Magazine, other sites. And then these are all navigation, kind of restated up here. Well, not really. But maybe some important kind of footnote things that don't belong in this top navigation bar. Okay, that's great. Let's look at Surfer Girl magazine. I haven't visited here. I may have to get out of it real quick. I have no idea what I'm getting into. Hopefully it'll be legit. Okay, all right, easy, great. Header area. Social media, navigation, logo, ad. And as we're going through it now, let's look at the breakdown of this. This is probably, if we're breaking it, this is a 12-column grid, and most of these sites are. So if you think of it as a grid in the background, this takes up 2 columns. This is like 1. And this would be like, I'm sorry, let me do that again. This would be like 4 columns, 4, 4, 4. That equals 12, but you can divide 12 into thirds, right? So here, this is basically 2, 2, 2, 2, that's 8. And then this last one would be the 4. This one is in thirds. Here's our yoga strength is a third. These little small articles are a third, and then these side tables a third, again 2/3. So, and that's a full image. So it's nice how it breaks this down and how it's divided. Here's the footer area. So this is what we're going to design, is a kind of the home page. So we get all of these sections here is what we're after. And so they have featured, Here's fitness, film. That's kind of a nice way to remember it. Features, fitness, film. And I might do that myself. This one, now this is a magazine, so here's breaking, videos, editor picks. Yeah, okay. That one sounded really nice with features, film, and, uh-oh, I got lost. Yeah, features, fitness, film. I'm going to get that down so I can remember that. Features, fitness, film. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I need to do is I'm going to open up a website. I'm sorry, no, I mean a Word page, Word doc. And I'm going to go into my Surfer Girl magazine, and I'm going to screenshot it. So you can see this little crosshair. It's ready to do a screenshot of this. And what I used is Command Control Shift 4, and this will make a copy of it. This is a really nice way to do it. So when I do that, it's copied. Then I'll go into Word, and this will be Chad's, what do we call this? Process book. And our first one is Surfer Girl magazine. Paste. Now it's going to be kind of big, but I'll click on it and reduce it down. Something like that. So that's my home page. And then I'm going to go to featured. So yeah, so we'll just make a capture of this featured area. That. And then I'm going to put that in next. I'll put a couple spaces between, paste that in, and yep. And then I'm going to go down to fitness. Grab that. So this really gives me some good research about what, what things look like. A few spaces, paste it, reduce it. Yeah, great. And then we'll do it one more time. And I'm not gonna do all of the other site, although you need to do 2 sites. I'm just gonna do one, just for an example. You get the idea of what's going on. And then I'll go back into here, and I'll paste that in, size it down. Let's see, it's a little small. I might scooch my margins out a bit. I can increase the size a bit. Okay, good. And then if we go back to the project sheet, we're going to see that as we need name of site, which I have, colors used, and this is interesting because it's not in pictures. And I'll show you what this means, and then you'll go through similarities and differences between the 2 sites. So yeah, so if we were to go to this Surfer Girl, now we're ignoring pictures and ads because that doesn't have to do with the magazine. But right now this is a very gray and blue and white. When I do a mouse over on, and we can see this is a little bit lighter blue, which is cool. And that just happens on 1. But notice this purple is part of it as well. And this is probably part of it, this gold. And this red. So this is a pretty complex, there's and more red, right? So as they go to a section, they have a bar, they have the name of the section, and then the headlines in that are the same color. So I kind of like where this is going. This is cool. Dark gray, blue, gold, teal. They even have news in there, huh? Featured news. Well, so this is how I would do it. I would probably maybe go into Illustrator, and I'm going to make a box. And then to duplicate this box over, I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to hold down Shift, hold down Option to duplicate that. Okay. Now I'm going to release my mouse. So let me do this again. I'm on the Selection tool. I'm going to drag this over to the right, hold down Shift and Option on a Mac, Shift and Alt on a PC. When I get to the point there where I want that duplicated box, I'm going to release my mouse and then my keys. And then while that's selected, I'll choose Command D on a Mac, Control D as in dog on a PC. Okay, so now I'm going to choose colors. So it definitely was not black, it was kind of like a gray. And then we also had, oops, let me go back. We had a blue, which was kind of a deep blue like that. Interesting. Oh, that's kind of purpley. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, a little more like that, I feel. And then this one, I'm going to just eyedropper that. And then I think this is going to be similar, but like lighter, kind of like that. That was the drop downs, right? And then there's a deep plum, which would be somewhere in, it's kind of a lovely, kind of like that. Yeah, it was nice. I'm going to just get one more here. And then they had a red, which yeah, a little bit richer red. And then a gold, right, which is kind of like a lovely orange, something like that. So that was the colors. I'm going to do, again, a screen capture of that. And then I'll just move that right over to here. I'll reduce that down a little bit. Those are colors, and then I can begin listing the similarities and differences between the two. And you know, you can go into number of pictures, you can go into, let's see, and you don't have to do, maybe, you know, 6 or 8. One, I saw we'll call it section separators. How's that? Sorry about that, my cap. I'll just leave that. They had many colors, which I loved. Lots of surfing photos. They had different size images, large, medium, small, and they had. So these are some things that I'm seeing that Surf magazine did not have, and then we can go through. So this is going to be our process book. Yeah, so this is our research. This is what we're trying to understand. Now, let's go to the next section here, which is essentially designing. So save your process book, open a new document in Illustrator. In the new document window, we're going to choose web. And we're going to make the size of the document between, you know, like 920 wide. And then whatever depth, we can adjust that. That's our desktop. Then we'll do another one using the Artboard tool that's 1280 and 414. So mobile or phone and then tablet. So I'm going to do that. So I've done that here, but I'll do it again. I changed these sizes, and I'm going to do that on the document. So 320, 768, 320, 768. Okay. Great. So next, we're going to actually make these. So how we do that is we're going to open up a new file. We're going to choose web, and then we're going to use one that's 1920, and then whatever height for right now. We're going to leave that alone. And we're going to actually, we can do one artboard, or we can add more. Let's leave it one for now. I'm going to choose create, and so this is 1920 wide. I'm actually going to make this long because I think it needs to be a kind of obviously a longer site. We need to fit 3 sections in it. We'll do that using this tool called Artboard Tool. And when we select it, now it just becomes a box that we can drag down. Okay, this is tablet. I'm sorry, desktop. Now we're going to do another one that is tablet. And now that I have this made, I need to adjust the width. And I'm going into properties, and the width is going to be 768, I think. Let's double check that. Yeah, 768 and 320. Okay. Okay. So that looks narrow, but that's just how it is. And then mobile, and then this one is going to be 320. 320, yeah, phone. Okay, so here we have phone, tablet, desktop. Okay, so far so good, I hope. We need to come up with a logo. Let's just look at this. Gather your assets that you'll need, including pictures, logo, icons, colors, that type of thing. You'll use Lorem Ipsum for your dummy type. What that is, it's filler for, like as designers, sometimes we get assignments to design something like a brochure, but the writer is still writing it. So we use this thing called Lorem Ipsum, and if we can go and look at Lorem Ipsum, and it's like fake type that looks like real type, but it's not. It just fills it. It's a filler. So what we would do is, like, I would generate, say, 5 paragraphs, generate Lorem Ipsum. And here it is here. There's capitals, there's periods, there's commas and different length of words, but it's gibberish. Okay. They actually have Lorem Ipsum Klingon. So you can get one that's like Klingon Lorem Ipsum. You can get, and it's not like you have to buy it. It's just, and I think you can get Star Wars, or you can even get meat, different type of meats. Yeah, filet mignon, jerky, blah blah blah. So it's kind of funny, but it's a really useful tool. One thing cool about the Adobe programs is that if you were to make some type, it fills, with Lorem Ipsum automatically. Now this is so small, I have no idea why it's that small, but oh, it's because our stuff is so big. We're looking at these things monster size. Yeah, phone, tablet, ooh, desktop, big desktop. Okay, so I'm gonna begin here, and let me just make a suggestion on the logo. I'm gonna call this Surf Shop, and bring it up a little bit. And I found a typeface that I like. I think I've named it, or I didn't name it anything. It's yeah, there it is, Active Regular. Now, if you can't find anything on your computer, you can visit adobe.com, and what the deal is, you log in with your, I'm already logged in with my StanState account, and if you use this little waffle, you can go to fonts, and so what's cool about this is that you find a font you like, and then you say activate it, and then it activates it in all of your Adobe products. So let's say, let me get a crazy one that I know I don't have, like, well, actually I'm looking for a rounded one, so I'm looking, oh yeah, this one, that's, sure. Okay, so I'm going to view this one. And yeah, I might just activate all of them. This is called Gothic's Round. Here's ultralight, super light, and light. So I'm going to activate these. And you can say it says you've activated it, and since I'm logged in, then I can go find them. So this is Gothic's Round, super light. I'm going to go back to here, and I kind of assembled some sayings and stuff, which I think are kind of fun, which I'll include. In my site, but let's see, G-O-T-H, yeah, Gothic's super light, light. Okay, so kind of fun. Yeah, I don't mind that. I actually kind of like this a little better, so I think I'm going to roll with this one, but that's how you activate it, okay? And so what I'm getting at is for this logo is that that's how you activate typefaces that you find. And I'm going to suggest that you don't do anything fancy. You just keep it as a word and find a good type that goes with it. This is like a casual. I kept it lowercase so it feels really easy to access. I mean, if it were all caps, it might be. I know text says it's yelling, but it's not yelling. It just says authoritarian in type when we're talking typography. It's authoritarian. In fact, if we look at logos with logos using all caps, it's not like they're yelling at us. They're more like, so they make a nice strong shape. Are we seeing that? See. These others, like this Tesla, it just makes or more of a rectangle, where if you do upper lower, it changes, it makes a different shape, right? This eBay, there's more, it's a more of an organic shape. And actually lowercase is friendlier, uppercase means more like we know what we're talking about. So like this used to be Target right here, and Pepsi, and AT&T, and then they've rebranded, so now they're trying to be more friendly, more people like I mean, so lowercase is smaller, it's more organic, it's rounder, and so people are, it's easy, it's just a little more friendly. Okay, that's the deal. So that's what it's going for when you go for lowercase. And so I was trying to make mine a little friendlier as well. And I wanted to go with something a little more casual, which I think surf culture is pretty casual. So I'm designing my phone, my mobile first. And I am going to drop in let's see, a little hamburger over here. So and I'm going to start branding this a little bit with some color. And I think I'm going to use like a orange sickle type. I think that looks kind of friendly. So one thing that might be really important to do is to remember what these are. So I'm going to go back in. This is 720 wide. This one is, or 320, and this is 768, pretty sure. Okay, and then 920. I remember what these are. So let me just make a little note here. 320 pixels wide, and 768 pixels. And the other one's 1920. And somewhere in here, 1920. Okay. Why this is important for me to remember is because I'm going to make a rectangle and put it and use it as my margins. I don't know if you've been to a website that has like type that goes right up to the edge. It is unreadable and it's frustrating as heck. It's just not accessible. And if that's something, that's a feeling you want to get across with your website, well, okay. However, most businesses do not want their customer to feel frustrated. So what I'm going to do is put a box, or an invisible box. I'm going to erase it later, but I'm going to put it in so all of my stuff has a margin to it, and it doesn't get too close, and it's consistent. I'm making a grid. Okay, so 320. I'm going to do maybe let's see. Maybe a 20. Yeah, let's do a 20 pixel grid all the way on all the edges. So if I go 320 minus 40 for each side, that's going to be 280. So I'm going to click here, and my width is going to be 280. Oops, sorry about that. 280 pixels, and then I really have no idea. Maybe 2,000 pixels high. I don't know. Okay, so now I want to center this inside this window, left to right. I don't know how tall it is right now. So what I'm going to choose is a line, and this is going to align to Artboard. That's the one I want to choose right there. And I'm just going to simply, now that this is the only thing selected, I'm going to align Artboard and then center it right here. So now it's exactly 20 pixels here and 20 pixels here. Now, since I don't know the height, how I'm going to handle this is I'm going to move it. So I'll go Object, Array, Transform, Move. And I'm going to just move this down 20 pixels and straight down. And not copy, just do OK. There it is. So now I have 20 pixels all around. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to make it into, let's see, I want to make it into a guide. So you can't see it, but down here, there's one of these options that says Guides, and then there's one that says Make Guides. So now it's a guide, and yeah, that's kind of a great little thing. So it doesn't print. If you make a PDF or a JPEG out of this, it's not going to you know what? I'm gonna, since it's like a visual 20, I'm gonna do that because this is more of a visual line on the top of that lowercase. If I did it like this, it would look a lot bigger. So I'm going to keep it right there, and I'm actually going to move these up to match that. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to put another guide in here just to make sure my hamburger is matching the bottom of my, well, this is called a baseline in type. So this is where all of my type is resting right now, and I'd like to have this So I'm just going to guess it's about here, and then I'll do Control D. Ooh, that's a good guess. Now, it's not perfect, you can see, so I'm going to select these three, and then I'm just going to drag that down so it hits that little border. So now if I turn off my guides, which is Command semicolon on a Mac or Control semicolon on a PC, see, these guides just help you line stuff up. They're so helpful. So this is where my navigation is going to be on the phone. And actually, I'm going to make, this is 20. I'm probably going to get maybe a box that is 10 by 10. And what I'm going to do with this is going to be kind of my measuring stick. So I'm going to put this is where my picture is going to go, and I want that much distance between things generally. Okay, so I have a bunch of pictures over here. Oops, I mean over here. And I'm just going to grab those, grab one. Like, what is my main image? Probably zoom out. Oh, you know what? I have a bunch of them. Okay, I'm going to save this so it doesn't blow up on me and go away. Save as, yeah. Responsive web site pages. And I'm saving this as an AI, an Illustrator file. It's a native Illustrator. I could also save it as a PDF, and as long as I open it in Illustrator, it acts like a native PDF. Okay. The trick is that you don't double click on it, and it will open in Adobe Reader, Adobe Acrobat, and then you can't do anything with it. And you're like, what's wrong? So it's up to you how you want to save it. I'm just going to use the AI right now. Save, and then OK. All right. So to grab some pictures, I'm going to go File, Place. And I have all my images right here. And I might just thumb through them. I'm looking for, this is my hero image. This is the image they're going to see when they go there first. I think that's a nice one. It really says surf. So does that. And that one does too. So does that. That's nice. Okay, I have a little bit of, I have some, yeah, I like this one. I think that's just a great image. So what I'm going to do is put just like a hero image in here. And notice I'm like sizing it down. What I'm picturing is just what is inside here. Okay, I'll probably move that over a little bit because I like it off. Here's the focal point. I like it off-centered. It's funny, these things just go right down the center of the page, and I don't love that, but I kind of like where this is going. So what my next trick is I need to crop this image to the right width. So you can see up at the top here, there's crop image. This image is selected, so I'm going to choose crop. Sure. And I'm going to make sure the height is the same, here to here. And I'm going to crop it like that. And do I still like that? Yeah, I think that's great. So I'm going to choose Apply. And there's my cropped image. If I turn off my guides, it's looking like this. I'm going to get that out of the way. And yeah, that's looking kind of cool. That's fine with me. Surf Shop, access my... You know what I could do is put some social media up here, which might be kind of nice. Like if I move... Oops, if I move this over, and then or maybe I leave it there, but put some social media, couple, maybe just 2 or 3 that I focus on. I think Instagram, since these guys probably do videos, which is totally great when you're surfing videos, so that'll be YouTube, and maybe I'll just stop there. That would be fine. So I'm going to look in here for social media icons, And I'm going to choose SVG. I'll tell you what an SVG is. Well, let's why don't we just look that up? SVG. We'll do all. It's a scalable vector graphic, and what that means is vector. That's what we're using. It's in Illustrator, and what's cool about this is it's as sharp and clean as a Illustrator file, and you can scale it indefinitely, and it's still super sharp, but it's also a low image size. So it's really a fantastic format to work with when you're dealing with, specifically with this, with icons or with logos, that type of thing. So let's get social media SVGs, and I might get Instagram. Let's just grab that first. Go to images. And if we don't see an SVG, we'll just make, we're an Illustrator, so it's not a big deal. We'll just make something. So let me grab this. It's kind of small. What I might do is, just so I can deal with something larger, is do large. And here's YouTube and Instagram. So, oh yeah, symbols, SVGs. Yeah, this might be just perfect. What? Oh, that's a Pinterest thing, I see. I'm not sure if that's going to do it for us. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, okay, I got to try this one more time. Okay, and these, I guess it says SVGs. Let's visit this. Oh, it's charging. Yeah, we don't want that. We can make our own, seriously. So let's just not even use SVG. Yeah. Black is what I want. Okay, and I'm going to deal with just like squares. That's what so let me get this one. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into Illustrator. I will paste it in. And so what I'm going to do now, this is a big image. There's black and there's a background. I'm going to do image trace. So my image is selected. Use the little arrow next to it. And I'm going to do black and white logo. So what it does, see how it traces it. Now I'm going to choose expand. And what it does, it makes it a Illustrator file. And now my next move is I'm going to ungroup it. And if I go into properties, and properties is a really nice thing just to have open. Here's an ungroup. And I'm going to click that a few times. And then now it has like these white, the white areas I'm going to get rid of. And then now I just have my black areas that I'm going to, and I'm not going to make it the whole width of this. I'm going to make it smaller. It's just how I'm going to do it, because I think they're important, don't get me wrong, but I think that this is more important here. You know, I'd like them to click this if they want, and I need to give them space for their finger to click it, right? But this is, I want them to, if they want to dig into the site and find it, I want them to be able to. So, and it's just going to kind of crowd it if I make it all the same height, you know, like this. We'll try it. I mean, it's easy to reduce down. Let's go get YouTube. Okay. I can't even remember what I had on the other one. I just need a, it's not a circle, is it? It's like a rounded rectangle. This, geez. Icon. Okay, that's what I want right there. I just want a play button. So I'm going to copy that, right click, copy, and then I'll go into Illustrator, paste that in, huge. But since it's all selected, now I can go image trace, black and white logo, and then I'm going to, and you know, if you have this, like I said, expand, ungroup. Now I can get rid of all the whites in there, and I'm just dealing with the black. And that's actually a really good thing, because now I can change that black to, like, say, orange or like a light gray or something like that. Okay, so here are my two social media icons. They look crappy. Dang. Let me try this one more time, because YouTube, let's do square icon. It doesn't have to be black. I'd like it square though. Okay, this might be a little better. Like, sure, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. Illustrator, yeah, those look kind of terrible together. You know, okay, let's sorry guys, let me do this again. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to these social media icons. Here's YouTube and IG, and so I'm just going to click on this one so we can see it here. It's pretty darn big, which is great. I'm going to copy it. Now they're already built so they look like each other, right? So that's kind of what I want. Let me get rid of this one. That's kind of, sorry to do that to us, but they have to kind of look good together. So now I'm going to do the black and white logo, and then expand, and then we're going to do this ungroup a couple times. Ungroup, 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 yeah. So now I'm going to, like, I don't think they would do Facebook or tweet really, or any of this other crap. Okay, and now that I have these two, I'm going to get rid of the white in the middle, because it does outline the white. Okay, excellent. Now this is going to work for me. It's big, but we're on the right track finally. Okay. And now I can highlight the whole thing. You know, I might just move that down a little bit so it's just kind of visually. Yeah, and then I can eyedrop this orange. Yeah. And then we can kind of evaluate, how does this look for us? I think it's good to have colors ready to go. Oh, that's my 10. I can't move that. Well, let me duplicate it. So I am going to do, maybe I'll just do like 4 colors. So one is this, gray. One's going to be like a light gray. Say like that. And then one light orange? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Those are my colors. Okay. And now I have some social media icons. Here's my, okay, now we're rolling. And I'm going to put, here's kind of an interesting deal. You know, is this something to click on? And maybe we want to reference our other sites. What in the world are they doing? Okay, that's kind of cool. Surfer Summer Travel Guide. Like that. And it's okay to do this. It's okay to pull type and ideas from other things. Just do not, like, don't make a copy of this and paste it right in. I want you to build it. And I'm going to go, I mean, I can tell when people are like faking it or stealing it. And I don't want you to do that, and you'll get marked down for it. So please just kind of keep it legit, build it yourself. That's what we're after. Okay, so yeah, so this is, we'll do Surfer Travel Guide. And this type I want to keep a little special, so I do not want to use, I'm going to go white on this. And yeah, maybe this Gothic's round, but light, maybe. Let's see how this is looking. Yeah, it's about the same size. I don't love that. Notice where I'm placing this, and if we look, it's about, oops, ten from here, 10 from here. Right, I'm going to slide that over so it's kind of a little more accurate. But we're using these measurements, and I'm going to make another one that's 20. So we're going to use 10 and 20 a lot more. So we have Surfer Travel Guide. I'm going to put another deal like that in, and then I might just pull like this copy, and we might put that in here. And I'll remove those things afterwards. So that's just kind of like a fun little snarky comment. That'll be fun. And then we'll, oops, didn't really want to move that out. Okay. Then we'll put another image in, and I'm just going to duplicate that down so we can kind of get the right size. So now that that's selected, we'll go paste, and then what image do I want in there? That's kind of cool. That's a fun one. We just had that one, which is a surfer in black and water, so I don't really want to do that right away, or that, or that, or that, or that. So I might do this, just kind of hang out. This is like a lifestyle, like this or like that. Kind of like this personal one, kind of sooner than later. Notice how this tells me where to line it up at, which I love. Kind of snaps. And I'm trying to keep my pictures the same size just so there's some continuity, some reasons, what's the other thing? Some logic, some consistency, some organization. Okay. And then, so kind of see where we're at. And then this one, I might put at the top, and might eyedrop that. And then this one we might call features fit, maybe fitness, right? So you kind of see where I'm going here. And not that this is a terrible, maybe it's just features. Let's do features. Now, this is good. So we got features. I might move this over here. And then do, and this might be, no, we'll just do features, and then maybe we could list some features down here, right? So we'll make sure this is kind of lined up. So one feature, maybe we can go and see what kind of features they have. Film, fitness. Oh, okay, so here's a bunch of different features. So Foam Life flip-flop giveaway, and Dine in Nature this summer. Foam Life flip-flop giveaway. Dine in Nature this summer. And another one might be Welcome to Evie's World. Now notice that I'm pulling the type from here, but I'm not pulling the design from here. This is a very different design than what I'm finding. And I think it's, I really don't want you to, okay, so yeah, I don't want you to duplicate the design. So this is a little bigger than 10, but what I intend to do here is make a division line, or kind of like a little rule that goes in between. They call it a rule. That might be 1.5, oops, 1.5, oh, come on, 1.5, okay, and then I'll just center that a little bit, yeah, and then we'll do the same down here. Nice, okay. So these are like features here, and then we'll do another like quote. We'll like repeat this again down here, but if you surf, never stop. So we'll use that. If you surf, never stop. Oops. And then we'll grab a new picture to put in here, and then instead of features, we'll use, say, film. And I'm going to left justify that, kind of go in. And we could put in a guide here so we know where everything is, kind of like 10. What is 10 from that side, you know? Probably narrower than what I have. Yeah, we measured that one. That's about right. So, oops. Probably more like this. That would be my guess. Yeah, and so film, then we'll go get another picture. And this is going to be film, so what would be a good film one? That's great, okay. Okay, and I'm kind of imagining this where it crops, which is right here and here. So kind of feel like off to the side would be a little cooler. And yeah, so I'm going to lock that, delete this background image, unlock this one, and then crop it, and crop it to here, and crop it to here, and then apply, and then we'll send it to the back. Whoa. We have film here. And then what I may do is put like a play button in the middle here. So to do that, I'm going to go Polygon Tool, and when I'm making this polygon, my mouse is still down. I can still control it. If I use my arrow keys, I can get to the triangle, and then I can rotate it. And then I'll probably change it to like white. And then I may just put a drop shadow behind it just so it kind of makes sense, perhaps. Effects, stylize, drop shadow. Here's my drop shadow. I think it's a little bit heavy-handed right now. And instead of 7 pixels, we'll do 4, 4. And the blur, maybe 8. Yeah. Okay, that. Okay, so that helps it stand out a little bit. And then the different film, yeah, we can grab like Girls Can't Surf and English Adaptive Champions. And then, oops, 2022 English Adaptive Champs. Because I'm getting close on the edge, right? And then Joel Tudor Duct Tape Invitational. That's hilarious. Joel, why don't we just, yeah, let's try that. Joel Tudor. Awesome, love it. Okay, so here's what our phone app looks like. I think another social media icon would kind of balance that out a little better. I like this. I like it a lot. That's really fun. What we could do is like grab these and put little arrow icons. So it's like, like go visit type thing. And I might just grab like I like that. Let's grab that. And I don't want the drop shadow on it, and I want it smaller. So to get rid of the drop shadow, I'm going to go to this appearance, and you can see the drop shadow here. I'm just going to highlight it and trash it. Then I'll change the fill to like a light gray, whatever I had. And then I'll just reduce the size, something like that. And maybe just a little smaller. Yeah. Yeah, cool. And then we'll just put it down to about there. It's a little low. We should go to that E. Okay. So I'm not totally sold on it, but maybe. I really don't like it. Okay. Well, let's back up. Okay, cool. Okay, so hopefully you guys are getting this. I know you are. And if you're not, you can watch it over and over again. So what we want to do next, we're going to move to the tablet. And right now I have 3 sections. So one section is features, one section is film, and I need to do another one, and then I'll do like a footer area, okay? When I move to the next section, which is say tablet, And really these things should look alike. Okay, so instead of a 20 pixel, I'm going to do maybe I might look at 50 pixel on this. So I'm going to grab a rectangle tool, and 50 minus 768, well, 50 on each side is 668. So I'm going to click on here, and we'll do width 668, and then whatever, 2000 deep, I don't know. And then I'm going to move that down again, 50 down, like that. And then we'll select it and we'll make a guides, make, turn on our guides. Okay, and then here's our surf shop with some icons. Oops. So there is a way to lock and unlock guides, and I'm going to go to View, Guides, Lock Guides. So now I can't move them, and that's a little bit easier to work with. Okay. And I'm probably going to increase this a little bit. And I'll just move this over to the side, like that. Yeah, and I should have deleted those. Now this, can I uncrop it? No, I can't. So I'm going to have to go grab the same image and place it in. So here we are. This is, yeah, right there. And I should measure this out so I know how far I'm going. Behind. Now, since I increased the size of the logo and I'm dealing with a larger tablet size, it would make sense to increase that as well. I'm going to increase the surf shop even more. Okay. And then now I'm going to move this into one line. That makes a lot more sense. And then you with me? Everyone doing okay? I think this is, hopefully this is making sense. It's making sense to me, but I'm the one explaining it. So don't count on me. Round icons. Let's see if I still have that up. Social media, yeah. Oops. Stop it. Right click, copy, Illustrator, paste. We're gonna image trace, black and white logo, expand, and then we could go object ungroup, which is Shift Command G. So I could just do that a few times to ungroup them and then delete all the whites and then kind of decide what do I want. Some of these I know I don't want LinkedIn. Facebook, you know what, I'm not going to pick right now. I'm just going to get these three and just roll with it. Okay. Okay. So make sure these are spaced out decently. And what else I'm going to do is group these. Group, and group, and then I'm going to use a line, and I'm going to line them to, sure, this, no, a key object, and now I can use this spacing in here to space them out, which is cool. Yeah, see that? So add some space and click that. And that's how I can space those out. So it's exactly the same space between them now. All right, so that looks good. I am gonna probably leave some here for the website, but I'll probably bring them over here. Oh, see, that's one problem I didn't really finish, is getting rid of the whites. So I'm gonna select all the whites and delete them. And then, yeah, then I'll make them orange. Okay, great. Now I'm going to reduce those. And let's bring this over to there somewhere. Yeah, that feels a little better. So hopefully everyone understands what I'm doing. Now when I move over to the website, I'm going to probably not have this in a hamburger format, but put in my, my navigation here. And I'll have to decide how I want to design that, but it's going to have a similar look and feel. The idea is that this relates to this. In fact, here's a couple of tips. So you design for people first. So in other words, what do they want to get to? And I want them to get to that quickly and easily. Second, you want to design for an ecosystem. And I'm not totally sure what that means. I know what this means, a coherent experience. So as they switch from their phone to a website, it feels like it's the same site. There's not like extra stuff that they have to go and move around. And, you know, if they're trying to go shop for clothes or whatever, they can get to that easily. So it's either by, you know, clicking on this menu or going up here and going to apparel type thing. This design for an ecosystem, I think it's a real similar type message as designing, having a coherent experience. It's like making everything feel the same. Adhere to common interaction patterns and platform-specific guidelines. So I like that. That's just a little more detail on these two. And then apply consistent, branding across devices. So in other words, don't change up your logo, don't change up your colors, keep it all consistent. Don't change up this or that, okay? So this is what we're after here. I hope this is making sense. You know, let me just say, if I was to move this over to, say, the website. Let me just kind of increase this. And I might put bigger margins on it. It's a website. We're trying to not make it feel so tight, but roomy and airy. So it kind of has that same, get rid of these. So let's say I get rid of that. I'll slide this over to the right. And then, let's see, we might go, features, fitness, film, just as an example. And, you know, I might put it next to the logo. I might think about, you know, making it closer to this social media. Since I'm just starting to lay this out, I think it might be good to have everything on the same baseline, especially on this website. Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea, and maybe instead of these little things, maybe on the tablet size, we have little images that go with this. Foam Life flip-flop giveaway has a little image, and this is the type next to it. So perhaps that might look like, let's just do that real quick. That might be interesting. In here so I know where to crop, and keep it the same height. I might move this up a bit, and then crop that. Change it to the gray, so it's a little more readable. And now I can go get, oops. And yeah, maybe I want to do what I'm doing here on the tablet version. Nevertheless, let me just show you what I'm thinking of. So here's one way to handle it. If we get that 5 or 10 or whatever, here's a 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty close again, but yeah, so now I'll put some images in here, like this one. Some guides so I know where to crop these. And so notice I'm not stretching these out. The images are not, I'm not stretching at all, okay? I am sizing, and then they're large enough so I can fit them. Yeah, and sometimes you have to like crop it kind of creatively, right? I'm going to look at Foam Life flip-flop because I have no idea what those are. Oops, I don't want shopping, I want just images. and I want a horizontal image. And I'd love like a lifestyle, ideally, you know, I'm not trying to do an ad. This is from the, this one might be cool here. That one's even nicer. Let's try to get that. Okay, so I'm going to copy that image. I'm going to bring it into here and then paste it in. Paste. And then I'm going to size it. I'm holding shift so I don't like distort in any way. And I want to show the flip-flop, so I'm just going to move that down and we'll do crop. Okay, and then apply. And I'm going to grab underneath, delete that. Okay, so here's our flip-flop giveaway, which I'm going to put here and maybe reduce that down just a hair. And I'll grab in here. Cut that. Cut that. Okay, so now I have little features under each one, and then I could like just add a little more type under it because it's a website and it would be nice. Let's get some kind of a something simple and easy to read. Yeah. And I'm just going to add, fill with placeholder text. Placeholder text. Okay, may not do anymore, so I might go grab some Lorem Ipsum somewhere. All right. Yeah, so then this could go underneath it. But yeah, if you're interested in this topic, you would click that. This is a travel guide. You're with me, right? Okay, so that's kind of the idea. Mobile site, and then this is going to be kind of a mix of in between. Okay. All right. Well, all the best to you. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'm excited to see your work.